The system tasked me, an antisocial personality, with redeeming the gloomy villain. The villain was sick and refused to take medicine. I thought to myself, just stab him to death. He's always whining. Zane froze, then silently swallowed the pills. When the male lead and female lead got married, Zane planned to steal her away. I rolled my eyes. Kill Sophie too, and all this nonsense will be over. Zane stopped walking, held my hand pitifully, and said, "Sweetheart, don't be mad, okay? I'm just going to mock them a bit." He seemed to hear my thoughts. Seriously, who's redeeming whom here?
Welcome to listen to my full sweet love series novel. I'm the blogger and I'm Twilight's novel. Now let's start the main story.
I confirmed it 3 times. The system really wanted me to save this man before me. The cheap rented apartment had a faded, yellowed bathtub. The light fell on his handsome yet extremely pale face. His eyelashes trembled lightly like fragile glass jade. He was asleep in the bathtub. Blood gushed steadily from his wrist, staining the floor tiles red. If I didn't do something, he would die. So, I turned off the lights, locked the door, took the last of the money from home, and went downstairs to buy and eat fried chicken legs. If you don't cherish your own life, why expect others to? Why should I save you? Just die already. Don't waste my time going home. I've been different from other kids since childhood. When others got bullied, they called their parents. I didn't. I staked out for half a month and blew up my enemy's outhouse, making their whole family sleep in a shit-filled room for a month. The entire village avoided them. After dropping out of school, I worked at a bubble tea shop and encountered secret filming. 4 male staff and the male manager all denied it. Others would have called the police. I didn't. I stripped them one by one, took photos, uploaded them to the gay section of Pornhub, and earned 5,000 yuan in tips. When I grew up, I saw a psychologist who said I had mild antisocial personality disorder with manic tendencies. I didn't understand, and I couldn't afford treatment. Anyway, I had no parents and no education. I only believed in one principle. If someone bullies me, I'll bully their whole family to death. If I'm miserable, no one else gets to be happy. My gloomy villain husband Zane didn't die. The rented apartment was too shabby. The bathroom floor tiles leaked, and the downstairs neighbor called the police, saving his life. I hadn't even gotten to the fried chicken leg queue when the ambulance took me to the hospital to pay the bill. In the plot, Zane was Sophie's childhood friend. He silently protected her, deeply in love. Later, Sophie fell for Chase, and Zane turned dark, desperately trying to break them up. He ended up bankrupt and seeking death in a rented room. I was the real heiress lost outside, infatuated with Chase, who harmed Sophie and ultimately reaped what she sowed. Through Sophie's clever counterattack, Zane and I got married, achieving a balanced literary trope. On the same day Zane tried to die, I swallowed sleeping pills. The police found many empty bottles in the room. No wonder the ambulance rushed me to the hospital wailing. Afraid I'd die and no one would pay the medical bills, huh? Humph. The stomach pumping and Zane's treatment cost several thousand yuan. I had no money, so I went to his hospital room for ideas. Pushing the door open, Zane was already awake. His eyes were dim, his lips tightly pressed, his handsome face showing a sickly pallor. Like a swan in despair, wrapped in a stubborn yet decadent aura. He didn't respond when I called him, just stared blankly out the window. Right, he only married me because Sophie threatened him. We had no feelings. Damn. Just calling him those 2 times made my throat hurt. The doctor who pumped my stomach poked around clumsily 7 or 8 times before calling a senior for help, then giggled and cooed. I'm scared, I don't know how. Just wait. I'll go back and slap her a few times later. Zane stiffened on the bed, suddenly turning to look at me. His gaze was full of confusion and shock. I spaced out by the door. All right. I still hadn't gotten my fried chicken leg. The fried chicken downstairs smelled amazing. Crispy, tender and juicy. What flavor was it? I'd never eaten fried chicken in my life. All because of this unlucky jerk Zane. Marrying him meant no fried chicken, and I had to pay his medical bills. Zane's Adam's apple bobbed as he studied me intently. I shifted my stance against the doorframe, sizing him up too. Broad shoulders, long legs, sturdy arms, sharp-featured face with deep-set eyes. Selling him to a bar could earn back the medical fees in one night. Making videos might work too. Or dressing him up as a disabled beggar on the street. Someone would pity him. Zane showed a hint of disgust. He wanted to say something but started coughing violently. Then the doctor came. She said Zane could be discharged after a few hours of observation. His wrist wasn't serious, but his stomach disease was severe. He'd vomited blood during resuscitation. Take medicine first, and get checked soon. The doctor placed a bag of pills on the table. Zane glanced lethargically, not even lifting a hand. Damn. It pissed me off so much. Not taking medicine means you're still throwing a tantrum? Who do you think you're performing for? Sophie won't abandon Chase to rush over and pity you, right? No way, no way. She loves the male lead, and you're just a cannon fodder villain. Why haven't you given up yet? Forget it. Just stab him to death. Always whining. Zane suddenly looked up, his clasped hands white-knuckled from the strain. After a while, he moved away silently and swallowed the pills. A bit later, he picked up his phone, used facial recognition to borrow money, and paid our medical bills. There are more respectable legal ways to get money urgently. This is a society governed by law. What's that supposed to mean? Fine, fine, you big shot graduates know it all, huh? I'm just a high school dropout punk. I know nothing, okay? Zane looked at me again, hesitating to speak. I rolled my eyes and sat on the sofa playing mobile games, ignoring him. It was dusk by the time we left the hospital after the observation period. We walked back to the old residential area on muddy paths. Zane told me to wait for him for a few minutes. I picked up a rusty iron shard from the ground to file my nails. When I looked up again, he was walking back with 2 fried chicken legs. Seeing what I held, he stopped abruptly, slowly pulled a chicken leg from the bag and held it to my mouth. Fresh out of the fryer, still hot. I froze for a few seconds, lowered my head and took a bite. Grabbed the other leg too, stuffed it in my pocket, and headed home. Delicious. So this is what fried chicken tastes like. The day after discharge, the hospital sent a test report. Some indicators were abnormal, urging Zane to follow up. He didn't care much, carelessly put away the report, cleaned the house thoroughly, and seemed done with seeking death. Good. He'd better figure out how to redeem himself. If he acts up again, I'll stab him to death. Zane quickly found a delivery job. Started in the afternoon, did night deliveries until dawn, slept at home in the morning. Like a completely numb zombie accepting reality. He didn't ask me to do anything and gave me 200 yuan pocket money daily. What's the difference between that and being a rich lady? I didn't even need to use group buy apps for takeout. I didn't look at clothes prices. I just pointed and took them off the rack, hesitating for even a second when topping up game skins disrespected my status. But the good days didn't last. The downstairs auntie came to complain. She said she was the floor leader. My all-night gaming was too loud. I was still yelling and screaming at 3 a.m., disturbing the neighbors. Damn. If gaming isn't passionate, can you even call yourself young? You can't sleep because of menopause and blame the neighbors? I want to slap her twice. I sat sulking on the sofa. Zane, back from work, paused, giving me a puzzled look. The next day, he bought all sorts of colored foam and covered the whole bedroom with it. No idea what he was trying to do. I swore I'd quieted down. But a few days later, the auntie complained again. She asked if I could jump lighter at night. Her heart wasn't good. If you don't jump a few times to celebrate winning a game, shake the table and chairs cheering, can you even call yourself young? Why is she so damn meddlesome? I meant to say, I'll be more careful next time. But what came out was, fuck off. And I instinctively slammed the door. Turning around, I met Zane's eyes. The air went silent for seconds. Zane suddenly asked me, how about finding a job during the day and resting at night? Staying up all night gaming isn't good for your health. You think I don't earn money and eat for free? Zane was speechless, focusing on applying medicine to the wounds on his arm. He'd been getting hurt a lot lately delivering. Today, his arm had several cuts, and his shoulder was bruised purple. Is delivering food that dangerous? Was he being bullied? Ha! Fuming, I pressed Zane's shoulder. Tell me, is someone bullying you? Who dares mess with my person? Zane stared at me blankly. Why was he looking at me with that mushy expression? Oh, his parents are gone. No one to back him up, right? I'm still here. I'm family too. Who dares bully him? Zane lowered his gaze, voice hoarse. Then can you pick me up after work? At midnight, I finish after delivering around the bar area. Fine, I'll stop gaming and pick you up every day. Zane silently put away the first aid kit, his bangs covering his eyes, a faint smile curling his lips. The next evening, I waited outside the bar for Zane to finish work. A soft voice suddenly came from behind. Sister. It was Sophie. In the plot, I was the real heiress swapped at birth, but my family only loved Sophie, the fake heiress. So I did many bad things, got kicked out, and met a tragic end. Sophie ran over and linked arms with me. Why haven't you contacted us since marrying Zane? I miss you. Let's go inside and catch up, okay? It was cold outside. Plus, I was hungry, so I went in with her. As soon as we entered the private room, Sophie flashed a victorious smile. She mocked my poverty, then ridiculed my ignorance for mispronouncing English on the drink menu. If you lost a game, you had to share a secret. She coyly held the mic, telling the room of men and women. Well, you can't tell anyone. My sister Luna had many boyfriends abroad. When she came back, she tried to seduce my husband but scared him into vomiting because she's so dirty down there. Haha, doesn't she wash? Girls should be clean. Zane isn't picky either. Laughter erupted. Dozens of mocking eyes stared at me. Someone whistled. I slowly chewed the last cherry on my plate, wiped my mouth, grabbed the woman laughing hardest beside me and slapped her face. You're Sophie's friend? Laughing? You're a woman too. You think this is funny? I'll slap you. The stomach-pumping doctor was there? I unleashed my dragon slap. Knew you were no good. Hanging with Sophie. The guy charging at me was Sophie's male simp? A crotch kick followed by 2 slaps. I'm a famous punk in my county. Fight me? Instead of judging how many times a guy's dick has been used, you mock women for not being pure? I didn't expect to meet a chastity slut in 2025. This thing deserves to be the female lead? I taught all 6 people in the room a lesson. Only Sophie was left standing, stumbling and falling. Why you? What are you doing? I'll call the police. I pulled waterproof lip gloss from her bag and wrote a bright red phrase on her chest. Chase's exclusive clean pussy. Couldn't write the word. Used the letter instead. You're clean, you're pure. Must feel great, right? Go show everyone. I pinched Sophie's pale face and turned to leave triumphantly. Ate too many cherries. Felt stuffed. Good exercise. Time to pick up Zane. I took out my phone to message him. Just outside the bar, I looked up. Saw Zane's electric bike knocked over. Chase stepped out of a Bentley, smacking his face playfully with a wad of cash. I heard President Zane quit finance to deliver food? But my order was a minute late? How about this? Kneel and apologize, and I'll tip you these few thousand. Otherwise, I'll complain hard. Maybe your whole station shuts down for rectification. Zane hung his head slightly, back curved. His broad shoulders and solid arms filled the dark blue uniform. He towered over Chase. But other than his clenched fists under the sleeves, he didn't say a word. Full of numbness and decay. Like he'd really kneel any second. My anger flared. This guy's such a coward. Why tolerate this? Chase had 2 bodyguards. I couldn't beat them. I looked around for ideas. Suddenly, I spotted a sewage truck parked nearby. The driver had gone to the restroom. President Zane, decided? My patience is gloomy. Chase laughed arrogantly. Then a sewage truck drove straight at him. Fresh, steaming shit exploded from the pipe, drenching him and his car. He opened his mouth to scream, and swallowed a big mouthful. Zane reacted instantly, rolling away tactically. I jumped off the truck, grabbed a helmet, and hopped on his bike. Get on! During those seconds of eye contact, I saw a flash of light in Zane's dark eyes. Of course. I still didn't understand the other complicated emotions. I drove him home without looking back, cursing inwardly. In my 18 years, I've never seen such a cowardly man. What's he scared of Chase for? Just fight him. Yeah, you're bankrupt, you're not the male lead. But you can't win the girl. Life still goes on. Are you going to be a stray dog mocked forever? No one wins all the time. No one loses forever. If you don't even have the guts to fight fate, what's the point of living? Don't waste my time. The more I thought, the angrier I got. Should I stop on the bridge and kick him off? He's embarrassing me. The next second, a pair of strong arms wrapped around my waist. Zane silently leaned closer. His low voice sounded muffled through the helmet. I didn't want to drag innocent people at the delivery station into it. Next time won't happen. Next time what? So you know it's shameful too? Is this the first time you've explained yourself? I thought you had autism. The winter night was freezing cold. Zane's bike didn't even have a little quilt. I was shaking from the cold wind as I rode. But strangely, after he hugged me, my hands stopped trembling. So, hugging actually feels warm. We got home after 1. Parking and heading upstairs, we bumped into Maggie downstairs picking chives at her door. She glared at me. Hey, this temper. I'll slap you twice. Just watch. The next second, warm hands held mine as Zane walked toward her. Auntie, sorry for disturbing your rest. We'll fix it. Zane bowed in apology. Then looked at me, eyes patient. My turn? Then I. Sorry, auntie. I gritted my teeth, and the apology slipped out. Weird. With someone guiding me, sorry didn't feel so hard to say. Fine. Apologize. At worst, I'll get beaten up. Familiar from childhood. As a kid, my family favored boys. My parents remarried and had sons, abandoning me. I clung to my grandma's self-built house. 5 floors, a dozen people. I slept in the dog kennel, ate scraps, and begged forgiveness when caught, hoping for a shred of love. But apologies only brought harsher scoldings and beatings. Never solved anything or pleased anyone. So I stopped apologizing. Today, I'll give Zane face. Hit me quick. I won't fight back. Okay, apologizing means you're good kids. I forgive you. I looked up in shock. Unexpectedly, Maggie patted my head. We're all old folks here. Can't keep up with you young ones. If I were 20 years younger, I'd love all-nighters too. I get it. Let's respect each other. Call me Aunt Maggie. Come for dumplings tomorrow, and it's settled. So saying sorry works? Problem solved? I instinctively glanced at Zane. He was looking at me too. Lips curved slightly, eyes soft and gentle. First time he smiled at me. Is that a smile? After small talk, Zane held my hand and turned to leave. Maggie suddenly asked, "Are you siblings or a couple? When you first moved in, you ignored each other, and he didn't care about you. Now you seem. We're married. Legally registered. When we can afford a wedding, we'll invite you." Zane quit his job. Used his savings to buy stomach medicine at the hospital. He got a loan for a high-end computer with 3 displays and coded furiously at home for 2 weeks, barely eating or sleeping. I peeked at the screen. All black, colorful icons, English letters. Oh no, he's addicted to the internet. But why relapse into depression? No one provoked him? I thought all afternoon. Decided to cure him. The building's wires were exposed. If I pulled one and connected it to Zane's chair, electroshock therapy. Zane suddenly pushed the bedroom door open, swallowed his medicine and said, "Luna, I'm starting a studio." Zane's parents died during his college years. He struggled alone to keep the family business afloat, briefly thrived, then went bankrupt investing. He actually studied AI, majored in engineering, not finance. So he wanted a fresh start. He'd been developing his AI program. If I was willing, I could work with him. Salary tentatively $5,000. OMG. $5,000 a month. That's $5 million a year. 10 years and I'm a billionaire. Only a fool would say no. Based on the original character's finance degree abroad, I confidently took over the studio's finances. But on day 1, trigonometry didn't solve tax filing. Zane seemed to remember something and told me it was fine. Just be his assistant for odd jobs. So on day 2, he found out I have a driver's license but can't drive. Know the 26 letters but can't read them combined. Computer skills stop at turning it on, error messages, restarting. I felt frustrated. Zane patted my head and said it was okay, bought me a full comic set, and had me read in bright light. He also found me a companion. A cute intern receptionist with round glasses, Chloe. Salary $2,500. Hearing my salary was double hers, she immediately called me boss and vowed to follow me. Heh. Say what you will. My people skills are top-notch, confidently thumbs up. Zane had connections in the industry. Just a month after opening, clients flowed in like water. Later, many beautiful women came. I just let in a pretty woman in a yellow dress and big curls. Within 5 minutes, she left crying. Lipstick smeared. Before I could figure it out, Zane came out. Honestly, Zane in a suit was devastating. Broad shoulders, narrow waist, dark gray pants hugging long legs. His hair slicked back, revealing a smooth forehead, gold-framed glasses perched on his nose. Proper yet with a hint of refined villainy. But he looked upset. Why pouty? Whining again. Can't you just say it? Who needs comforting? Zane lowered his gaze, took a deep breath and told us. He'd approve visitor appointments himself. No entry without one. And no women allowed. He had no female clients. Before leaving, he shot me a meaningful look. I scratched my head, feeling he wanted to say something. Before I could think, Chloe shrieked. Ah, still my idol. Turned out she was Zane's junior. Zane excelled academically, had good character, gentle, upright, and chaste. Chloe was one of his secret admirers. Seeing no wedding ring, she thought she had a chance. I subconsciously touched my bare ring finger. A strange feeling bubbled up. Indescribable. Just uncomfortable. But it didn't last. Chloe quit 2 days later. She said we both stayed late reading comics. I fell asleep at midnight. Zane carried me home. So she copied me. Slept in the unair-conditioned building till dawn. Went to the hospital with a runny nose the next day. She thought I was some relative's kid. Didn't expect the boss's wife. QAQ. I paused for seconds. Suddenly felt shy yet amused. But after Chloe left, my job got harder. I couldn't even handle QR codes. Every day was chaotic messes. Sharp contrast to Zane's calm composure in the office. That weird feeling resurfaced. We didn't seem matched. Maybe get divorced and have him redeem himself. I went home. Minutes later, Zane walked out and slipped a rush delivery ring on my finger. Zane didn't look at me, tossed a sentence, and went back to the meeting. When you hit a wall, push through, you said that, remember? I said something that profound? That afternoon, several scammers came. One posed as an intern to steal trade secrets. Others disguised as fire inspectors to rob. I spotted them all. Joke. I've mixed with all sorts. I know their lies from a word, their guilt from a look. Not bragging. The local cops even ask for my help catching crooks. Just after those fake inspectors left, a familiar figure appeared. Sophie actually came. I said no entry. She bit my arm and barged into Zane's office. Minutes later, they walked out together, like going on a date. My chest ached sourly. Suddenly felt awful. Is Sophie always the female lead, Zane's exception? Where are they going? What to say? Will Zane pine for her again? Heartbroken? Snapping back, I secretly followed them to a cafe. Sophie wore a pure white dress, hair in 2 low ponytails, looking innocent and naive. Seeing Zane order milk out of habit, she shyly lowered her head. Back then, Brother Zane said I was too young for coffee, only milk. You still remember that habit? Fine, fine. Childhood sweethearts full of sweet memories. I'm just free baggage, right? Zane suddenly frowned, telling Sophie. You're overthinking. My wife says coffee tastes like piss. We only drink milk. The flirtatious atmosphere froze. Even I scratched my head awkwardly. Do I really talk that crudely? It's a fancy cafe. The waitress brought coffee and milk. Sophie looked at the coffee pushed to her, face like she'd drunk piss. She added, I often dream of the day you married Luna. I told a little lie so you agreed. You have no real feelings. How have you been? Do you love her? Zane tapped the table with long fingers, silent for a long time. So no love? Fine. I don't love you either. Damn. This milk tastes awful. Why's it bitter? Zane rubbed his temples, voice suddenly cold. Sophie, stop rambling. You know what I want to hear. Sophie bit her lip, eyes reddening. I'm pregnant, but Chase says he's busy with work and doesn't want the burden. He'll only marry me if I abort. He loves me, but something feels missing. He doesn't know my favorite movies, foods, or how much I crave a happy family. I feel only you understand. All my joyful, painful memories are with you. Bravo. Next line. Brother Zane, I love you. Let's get back together? Then Zane softens, pities her, dumps me, and marries her? Zane, forget the startup. Buy a ticket to Rome. Find the statue of the Virgin Mary holding Jesus. Knock off the Virgin and hold Jesus yourself. Since the female lead just snaps her fingers and you lick up. Zane sighed heavily, warning Sophie icily. I'm not a saint, forgiving and embracing you unconditionally, at your beck and call. You chose your path. Don't cry to me. Sophie shed a few tears, wiped them, and pulled something from her bag. The cafe changed music. I couldn't hear them anymore. Only saw Zane sit beside Sophie on the same side, looking at a phone together. A passing waiter spilled coffee. Zane instinctively shielded Sophie, looking furious. Oh, afraid she'd get burned? The female lead gets all the favoritism. Even with a clear mind and sharp tongue, his body still protects her. And he transferred money to her? Fine. I'll pretend I never knew you. I'm going home. No. Why should I suffer? I'll slash your tires. Neither of you escapes my revenge. I finished the milk and stormed out. Seconds later, Zane chased me and grabbed my hand hard. What? Why alone at a cafe? None of your business? Free time? Go pamper your Sophie. Sweetheart. It's pronounced meow. Can't I mispronounce your crush's name? If you like her, leave me alone. Zane went silent, just staring. Chest heaving. Deep in his eyes, suppressed intensity, like breaking free any second. He stepped toward me. Bent down and kissed me. I like you. Say it face to face. Let them know. Spring cherry petals scattered everywhere. My heart raced wildly. Zane's embrace was warm, pine-scented, quiet and gentle. First kiss. It actually felt good? Zane chuckled softly, ending the kiss briefly, rubbing my wet lips. Still mad? Trust and be patient with me, okay? I scratched my hair awkwardly. Stop lying. I saw you protect Sophie worriedly, afraid coffee burned her. Zane paused, voice suddenly stern. I protected her phone. The videos inside shouldn't be seen by a third party. Soon after, Zane got encrypted emails, full of porn sites. Countless leaked videos, starring me with different men. Well, Luna, who was already dead. Sophie showed me these saying you're used goods, a leftover and AV star. She asked if I regretted it. My hands shook slightly. Wanted to say that wasn't me. But hated my cowardice. That was a girl's most vulnerable moment. Me disowning her means I despise her? She didn't want to be filmed and shared, right? She's pitiful. You can retaliate, but don't ruin her like this. Sophie deserves death. As I gaped, Zane typed code, deleting the videos forever. I paid Sophie for these videos, settling her hatred. Zane held me on his lap, gently stroking my trembling back. Whether it's you or others, anyone who errs has laws and morals. Revenge isn't the way. Personal grudges can't override justice. Victims suffer, but respect the law, believe in justice. Sophie was wrong. My mind blanked. Realized. I'd retaliated the same way. So I was wrong too. With Zane working non-stop, we soon earned money and moved to a better place. The neighborhood had upscale bubble tea, amazing barbecue, and the smell of McDonald's fries every day. Sadly, Zane's stomach was bad. I ate alone. His stomach trouble was torture. We could share chicken legs before. Now he vomited even porridge and lost weight. Last hospital checkup, the doctor wouldn't tell me. What? Pregnant? Have the baby. I'll take responsibility. I teased him with an OB/GYN appointment notice. But the message sank. Zane vanished. At dawn, I found him at the cemetery. Zane's parents were good people. Their company hired disabled and struggling folks first. After they died suddenly, Zane kept the company alive. He wasn't old enough for insurance yet but researched innovations to keep employee benefits. When the company collapsed, an employee's daughter fell sick, needing urgent money. Lost the job. And the daughter. Bad luck. Now Zane's comeback stole Chase's investments. That employee stormed out, accusing Zane of cruelty. Killed his daughter. Would cost him his job again? Zane felt down, zoning out at his parents' grave. Hearing the driver's account. I wanted to missile that idiot. What oversized trash delivery escaped? Kindness is grace. Indifference is normal. Blame Zane for your constipation? Ha! My temper. I charged into the cemetery to comfort Zane. He seemed to know. Slightly resigned. You. I composed my thoughts mentally. It's a cemetery. Respect the dead. Don't mind that shit-leaking bastard. I'll beat him dead later. Zane sighed and told the tombstone. Mom, Dad, this is my wife. I copied TV and bowed, then reassured Zane. I went to a Hope primary school. My grandma planned to marry me off after elementary, for 60,000 dowry, but a teacher paid for my town schooling. As she helped me flee, she said, don't be too kind. Put yourself first. Cut off, be ruthless. Lower your conscience and standards. Life gets happier. Zane's eyes dimmed. His slightly bent back held deep powerlessness. We sat side by side before the graves. He leaned on my shoulder. I just feel I failed Mom and Dad. I've no family. I wanted to do their work well, but I messed up. Nothing to regret. Your parents loved you. They'd want you healthy and happy. Living well honors them. And I'm still your family. My shoulder dampened. Long after, Zane spoke softly, amused. My mom would love a little pig like you. Eats, sleeps, no inner turmoil. I don't care if she does. I like you. You like who? I tilted my head, meeting Zane's smiling eyes. The night wasn't dark. Moonlight outlined his sharp profile. Eyes so beautiful. Lips soft. Kissable. My first active kiss. Reject me and you're dead. I'll beat you till you beg. Zane laughed freely and kissed back. Oh. ? I'm not Luna. You know I'm the real heiress. My family hated me. I renamed myself. I'm Felicity for luck. Okay. Felicity. Sweetheart. I racked my brain and stayed up to book Zane a specialist slot. His face looked gray. Work hard, but mind your health. But Zane didn't show. He went to Sophie and Chase's wedding. Seriously. Still hung up on the female lead? Now rich and respected. He'll steal the bride for forced love? Can't teach an old dog new tricks? I'll stab her to save you the longing. On the way my anger boiled. I cursed Zane head to toe. As the car stopped, Zane opened my door. Handsome face full of resignation. A hint of hurt. Sweetheart, don't be mad. I'm just mocking them a bit. I didn't speak. How'd he know my thoughts? Sophie and Chase, as book leads, had an extravagantly grand wedding. But Sophie wasn't the bride. The bride was the richest heiress in S City. Zane's company surged, dominating tech markets. Even Chase lost to him. The male lead, born proud, wouldn't accept defeat. So he married the heiress for an alliance. Power united to crush Zane forever. As for Sophie, just a bridesmaid. Attending was compromise enough. Money first. Love takes a back seat. When Zane appeared, Sophie lit up. She desperately hoped he came for her. Sadly, Zane cared only for Chase, ignoring her. Came to soak in Mr. Chase's wedding joy and share some news. Thanks to your investments and alliance, competing with my little studio. Overseas capital just acquired us at 20 times value, hugely promising. Keep funding. I'll buy my wife a plane with pocket change. See you next round. Silence fell. Only broken by Chase crushing his wine glass. Buy a plane to play. Such foreign words. For me? Me. Yeah, you've never flown, right? The money's all yours. Billions should last. I mapped out paths. Stay locally, move north away from haters, emigrate, continue schooling, join police or firefighting, a broad sage lenient, you're smart and just. Zane walked off, leaving me his back. Sunlight outside glared. Maybe my eyes tricked me. His sleeve seemed transparent briefly. Panicked inexplicably, I grabbed his hand fast. You? Not coming? Aren't we married? Zane stopped. Pale, sickly face, just like our first meeting. He smiled with all his might. Then collapsed limply. Turned out, his stomach disease was incurable. Stomach cancer. Turns out, the devoted villain must die. Turns out, he always heard my thoughts. Ambulance machines screeched. Zane was soon tubed up, drifting in and out. Our right hands stayed clasped. During a heart rate plummet, he ripped off the oxygen mask and calmly advised. Dusk nears. Go home early if scared. Or stay, be a rich lady. Eat, drink, play, find someone kind. Your world's too harsh, I know. I know. First psych visit. He said my disorder stemmed from unhappy childhood. Unloved, uncared for, lashing out for payback. Lucky. Someone guides me to redemption. Unlucky. Spiral down to jail or execution. I redeemed Zane. He redeemed me. Family step aside. We're resuscitating. Zane's heart flatlined. Couldn't tell white walls from red blood. Tears blood. I clung to his hand. I refused to end this. I fucking refused. I hadn't confessed properly. No real ring, no wedding. I didn't know your high school, college clubs, first car. I wanted memories only ours. You don't even know my address, my age. I refused to end like this. 6 a.m. I woke from suffocating nightmares, dry heaving on the floor before realizing, reality. I was back. No system leads, villains. Just 18-year-old Felicity, high school dropout, newly fired from bubble tea shop, about to starve. Outside sun glared hatefully. So bright. Eyes stung. Wanted to sleep on the floor fast, but a phone rang non-stop. Hello? Spit it out. Felicity? You crying? I'm not. What's to cry? Nose stuffed, eyes leaking. Really not? Tell me if struggling. I'm Grace, your high school teacher. Remember? I kept your enrollment, but it expires next month. Come sign whether to resume or quit. I lent you pads once. You owe me, recall? Blah blah. Annoying. Hang up. Next month, I showed at school admin. No big deal. Hate owing favors. The principal usually idle. Today, a cue. I bought jelly from a vending machine, sucked it squatting, counting floor pebbles. Suddenly, a wheelchair entered my view. Following white Nikes. Black cargo pants up. Met familiar eyes. Hi. My jelly plopped. The boy had deep-set eyes, strong-featured, pale skin. Smiling, stars in his gaze, softly intense. I met 18-year-old Zane. Felicity, reintroduce myself. I'm Leo, comatose after a crash last year. Brain dead but revived, miraculously healed. I dreamed a long life as Zane, muddling as a devoted villain. When I sought death, a punk woke me, she'd be family fight fate. She scared me, always wanting to stab. But as my wife, I made sure she tasted fried chicken. Then I greedier, wanted her in mansions, pretty clothes. I ached to love her, give her comfort. Raindrops hit my hand. Looked down. My tears. I swear I've hardly cried. Stupid. Like a dumb dog. Leo took my hand clumsily, gripping tight. I woke last month, rehabbing now. Planning to resume studies. Join me. I'll research police or fire academy. You're smart. I owe you a ring, a wedding, springs and autumns. My life's all stories ending with you.